everybody, and welcome to something different on this channel. We spend so much time discussing, frankly, really toxic topics, which are all about politics and attacking each other and all of that, that I thought that we must start talking about wellness as well, because it's something that I am really looking forward to integrating into my life. And I just wanted to share that with our viewers as well, because there's so much wisdom, ancient wisdom in our civilization, in our culture. And the West, I see, really gets it and taps onto it, but we don't do it quite as much as we should. So, this is the first of a series, and I'm delighted to be joined by Dr. Sridhar from CGH Earth, which is, of course, a clinic of natural medicine in Kerala. Dr. Srijit, thank you. Sorry, so I'm combined your words like a celebrity last name. Dr. Cijith,
Yes,
thank you so much for joining us.
it's my pleasure to
Dr.
share.
Sijit is, of course, the Chief Medical Officer. He has a bachelor's in naturopathy and yogic science from MGR University, Tamil Nadu. And he's also a yoga and naturopathy graduate from JSS INYS Coimbatore. And holistic healing is really what he does, and lifestyle modification, which we could all really do with. And he has over 14 years of holistic healing experience. And as a doctor, he thinks it's really important to teach his patients on how the body heals itself so often. And this is something you all know that I'm passionate about, is also with Dr. Abdul Ghafoor, on how we overexpose ourselves to antibiotics. We're always looking for a quick fix. Doctor believes that we should really learn to understand how our body heals itself. And I'm really interested in that, doctor. And you're also an internationally certified NLP practitioner. And you believe that mind modification modalities are a powerful tool when it comes to healing. So thank you once again, doctor, for joining us. And let's dive right in. Doctor, I want to know from you, uh, yoga, naturopathy, is it a bunch of mumbo jumbo, or is there any truth to it?
Let's approach in other way. Why
Okay.
we are getting disease?
Hmm.
Are we getting any disease because we didn't take any medicine? There is no disease we are getting because of lack of medicine.
Hmm.
Whatever the reason of the disease, however it manifests, if you look into the basic fundamental reason of getting the diabetes or hypertension or asthma, whatever it may be, irrespective of where it comes, how it is manifested, what name for give it, it is simply can be tailed down to few reasons: that we didn't had our food right, or we didn't sleep well, or we didn't do our exercise or activities well, or we didn't manage our stress in the way it is supposed to be, or we are not exposed to the environment factors in the right time and in the right amount, or we are not taking care of the internal bugs, we are not friendly with it, or we are in non tune with the clock. So these are the reasons which make us disease. Then we try to manipulate, we try to compensate the need of that with the help of few medicines.
Right.
How it, what logic behind it? How it can be logical? So if you consider that this is illogical by taking a medicine, and how can you replace the need of a good food with a medicine?
Hmm.
Then
Hmm.
that lies the answer whether there is truth in it or is mumbo jumbo. So we
Hmm.
try to see where it goes wrong. See, when
Hmm.
we look into diet, for if you deep dive into it, we look at diabetes patient. If I in my clinic, if I have 10 diabetes patient here, diabetes is same, right? Now we know it's an increased sugar in the blood. But if you look into the reason for the diabetes, why each one of the get disease into diabetes, one reason say I had diabetes because I didn't move out during COVID. I was locked in my house. Then it manifests. Certain person, oh, I
Hmm.
had diabetes after I taking so and so medicine. And third person say, because I was going through acute, just like a divorce, and then the diabetes came. And another person say, I had diabetes from childhood. It is there in my genes. So
Yes.
though the diabetes is same, the reason for diabetes each person is different. So
Hmm.
what you should take? Should we just treat the increased blood sugar, or we have to go and find what caused it and help him to change it? So that's the answer
Hmm.
that we do.
Doctor, already it's come up, and I live in Delhi and the NCR area, and you are in beautiful Kerala. I love Kerala, by the way. In fact, I think of myself as an honorary Keralite on many occasions. And last week, I was even added onto a Pravasi Keralite WhatsApp group, and I didn't exit because I think because of my last name, a lot of people think I'm from Kerala, but I didn't exit till everything was in Malayalam, which can't unfortunately read. So
We're
I had
still
to,
there.
so no, I exited then. But doctor, in the NCR, we have a huge problem with pollution. Now, I've spoken to doctors. My mother's an asthmatic. Um, and they said that the only solution is to change the air. Now we can't do that. Like, a lot of times you have to be in these cities because that's where your livelihood is, that's where your social ties are, your family is. How do you handle this? Because we have to live in this environment, there's no option.
See, if we look into it in a little philosophical way, for everything we are into, there are two factors. One in our control, second beyond our control. And it happens to be when I speak about lifestyle modification or various factors and lifestyle modification to a person from Europe, in for instance, I say everything. I say eat this food, sleep on this time, do the exercise, and expose to sun. Then the immediate question is there is no sun. So
Yes. Yeah.
everything else is gone. So they don't want to focus on the things which we can control, which is modifiable to us, and then blame on the something beyond our control. So now let's
Mm.
come to the question you asked. Yes, pollution in Delhi is a reality, and as you said, we cannot run away from it, and it is not an individual capacity to clean the air there. So what we can
Mm.
do? Yes, there is a power in our body to minimize the impact. There is a deep physiological function process in the body which body get rid of the toxin to a certain extent when you sleep, especially during the first hours of sleep. To be very specific, when you sleep between 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock, body do the detoxification process. So okay, you live in Delhi, that's beyond your control, but sleeping at 11 o'clock is in your control. Are you doing that? Okay, there is a pollution in our, okay, pollution in the air. Are you adding up to the pollution in the body by eating a wrong toxic food? So certain things are beyond our control, we cannot blame that, but things are in our control. Are you increasing the lung capacity, the ability of the body to use the available oxygen by doing a breathing exercise? Do
Wow.
that. Then let's go for a collective effort to make the air better. That's the next
Mm.
stage. But let's focus on the small things which can make change, so we at least will be less impacted by external factors.
And doctor, then what do you think of these things like air purifiers and things like that we put in our homes, which are expensive? Not everyone can afford them. They need a lot of maintenance, filtration changes.
See, they may be come helpful to a certain extent, but we don't know much that what happens with such air. Again, for instance, we take an example of RO treated water. It came
Hmm.
as a quick solution for polluted water, then it was propagated as one of the best thing. So now see how the water, the data comes up, it is considered as a dead water. It is banned in many
Oh,
countries. It kills
really?
your bone. So when
Really?
when you use it now, maybe it will be handy, but still there is no other solution than using RO water in many of those places. Still we go for it, but it is not the best. Same way, if air is impure, we may have to use such air purifiers, but still we are not aware about of what is the impact that comes with it in the later stages. So we can give a try, but don't, again, let me repeat the point, don't only focus on that. Do your part, then use air purifier, it may be helpful.
Hmm. I'm actually surprised about the RO water because I think every home has it, and
Just
we didn't. Yeah.
we get what we look for in the Google. So just go and Google, say the what is the health impact. Don't go for these fancy sites, just go to the scientific, go to Google Scholar and see what is a health impact of RO water. It is a dead water, but still
Wow.
we have to use it, no way.
So what is the substitute then? I mean, what is it that we can do
So
to
practically, I
use
cannot
this?
say that go for only natural solution don't work, but giving life back to the water at times may help. One of the easiest ways, buy some earthen pot, take the RO water
Hmm.
plant and keep in that for 24 hours or 36 hours. Infuse that with certain herbs or some vegetables, bring the life back, so it may reduce the impact of it.
It may. It may. Wow, that's that's a little scary, frankly. And here we have one of our first questions, Doctor. I'm going to bounce in and out of questions. Sri Harsha is asking, please ask Doctor if mental disorders such as depression, anxiety, etc., are exaggerated. What does naturopathy say about it?
Okay, there are two questions. Why? One, whether it is exaggerated. Yes, to certain extent, in a way that I have seen multiple things. I am being a doctor. The patient used to come and say, "Doctor, I have depression." So, what is
Hmm.
the next question you expect from a doctor? Like, okay, when it started, how was it? What are the symptoms? By asking that question, what I am doing, I am reinforcing the belief of the person.
Hmm.
If I ask why did you said so, then he say doctor said. Which doctor? Actually, then I take some time in our clinic. The consultation is for a one patient is around 1.5 hour to 1.5 hour. So we spend that time. It's not just we just go with something. So we go on digging backward. Yes, I had few issues. Then I googled it. Then it say that 1, 2, 3, 4 might be depression. Then I went and said a doctor. So the doctor said it. So with that, I was not happy. I went to second doctor. I said to doctor that I have taken these medicines. So okay, it is depression.
Hmm.
Okay, but in other chances, depressions are real.
Yes.
But there is, yes, I know by direct experience. I know there are people is not going through that clinical depression, are marked as depression patients and taking medicine lifelong. And we then some after some time they came. It is not that they blame the doctor. Oh, they gave the medicine, but we forget our part in doing so. Then
Hmm.
what is the organic part of depression? Then depression is a condition where certain neurotransmitters are not working properly. We go to a neurologist and they gave a medicine for it. But again, we look into the why. In a naturopathic approach, I have to explain that a bit. There are three factors. One, the diseases. The diseases. We are not feeling well. That's a part we may go to doctor. But for every diseases, there is a underlying disorder. When there is a disorder in the few functions of your body, which manifest as a disorder, then
Hmm.
what causes this disorder? There is an imbalance. There is some imbalances we created in the system, I repeat, comes as a disorder, manifests as a disease. If you take the disease of depression, it is because of a disorder in the communication, means communication using through few neurotransmitters. Then what causes this disorder? There is imbalance. Imbalance in where? Again, look into the science. 90% of these neurotransmitters are directly or indirectly produced with the help of our gut bacteria.
I was going to come to gut bacteria. I'm so glad you brought it up because I think that is so important when it
So
comes to mental
important.
health. And we just don't understand enough about it, and we don't know how to create and nurture that gut bacteria. And our lifestyle, Coca-Colas and things like that, destroys gut bacteria. Like, I
So,
love my
so that
sodas. I
happens
can
here.
drink
So your gut bacteria are not proper, no enough neurotransmitters produced, external factors come in, you go to Google, depression. So yes, depression and anxiety is real. It come with external factors, but there are luggages we carries, like
Mm,
your parents made to become a perfectionist, or your teacher
mm,
said you are not good enough, or
mm,
you are a body language which are always constricted. All this goes to it. So here we get a large n number of the patients going through this or that, and we help them not by this way, but we go to each person, we spend time with them, then we help them to come back And it's not about feeling good, it's about making good.
Yeah, yeah. Doctor, what are the tips for gut bacteria? How can you improve your gut bacteria at home without, coming to a clinic such as yours?
See, again, before we go to how to improve it, we need to identify how we are destroying it.
Hmm.
See, the gut bacteria is a large topic which you can keep on talking. See, it's too simple and straight. We are 90% bacteria. For every
Hmm.
one human cell, we have 9 bacteria in your body. From where you are getting? From the time you are born. And
Hmm.
the type number of bacteria in your body is decided by which route you took to come to this earth. Are you born
Hmm.
normal or cesarean? That decides. So
Hmm.
then, are you born on a normal mother's milk or you're born on a bottle feed? That impacts. Or are you growing indoor or you go into the environment, walk in your garden, or you spend your time in the soil? That decides. Then we interferes. We take a paste in the morning. What is the ad promised us? Kills 99.9 microbes. Then
Hmm.
we use a soap, promises that it will kill 99.9 microbes. Then we dishwashers, which kills 99.9, floor cleaners 99.9, deodorants 99.9, and if everything left of sanitizers gone. So before thinking about how to get it, let's decide how not to kill it. Then
Hmm.
above all, antibiotics, a bomb. Body takes more than 3 years to recover at least of a 10 to 20 percentage of a gut antibiotic impact on the gut bacteria.
Hmm.
So, but we cannot live without antibiotics or soaps or paste or deodorants. Okay, we live in this world. But at least be aware. Killing 99.9 is not necessary. We are harming ourselves. By being at
Hmm.
least aware, we can look for alternatives. Then let's how we can the next question, how can improve it? Simple and straight. Good bacteria live on fibers and bad bacteria live on sugar. It's very simple.
Simple.
Then second point, stress kills good bacteria
Hmm.
because the science, the nervous system which controls your gut is on only when you're relaxed. If you're under stress, gut function, we call it as peristalsis, get impaired, so good bacteria cannot survive them.
Hmm. Hmm.
So multiple things comes in. And okay, there is I think good bacteria versus bad bacteria. In reality, there is no such good bacteria and bad bacteria. It is all based on the proportions. A bacteria A is good when it is 10 percentage, become bad when it become 20 percentage.
Right. Right.
It's simple. Our gut should be like Amazon rainforest, not like plantations. And we make it so by eating same type of food, by putting bombs like antibiotics, by not experiencing environments, no, by not
Hmm.
going to the forest, not going to the mud. We are making it as a plantations, which make it bad. Yes.
Hmm. Hmm. This is a question from Sangeeta. I think it's an important one. Is the gas problem also related to gut bacteria and what to do about it?
See, in when again we look into a naturopathic or a holistic approach, it is not like each one is equal to. It cannot be like that. But yes, gut bacteria contribute a lot for gas problems. But we cannot just say that's the only reason. It plays a role in that. For see,
Hmm.
if you are having a going through an acute stress today evening, you took a food, you get a gas. So
Yeah.
then the stress causes it because there was no indigestion. There cause indigestion. We're under stress, body cannot digest the food you had. It got fermented, it goes gas. But
Hmm.
there is a one reason, or we have to look into one factor we have to correct if I have a problem, constant problem with flatulence or gas.
Hmm. Hmm. Doctor, this, this when you speak of holistic health, Coming to a clinic like yours, a very well reputed doctor like you, great experience, lot of success, is not an option that's available to most people, right? Because we are in the middle of life. There may be financial considerations. There could be all those kind of things. What can we incorporate in our life? I think one important thing you said was sleeping on time by 11 p.m. at least. I'm also going trying to do that nowadays because I'm also a late sleeper, but that's also because I write. So that is a good time of the night for me to concentrate and do things without the noise, the ambient sound. So, how do we regulate our lives to fit into it? And do we then just become really boring people? I was watching this interview, in fact, yesterday, with a millionaire, Silicon Valley millionaire called Brian Johnson, who calls himself an longevity athlete. So he goes through, for the last 2 years, he's trying to reverse age. So he goes through these. He has 30 doctors. He's a millionaire, so he can have 30 doctors. He has 30 doctors who constantly monitor his biomarkers. He goes through MRIs. He does his tests. He takes 50 vitamin pills of different types all in a day. Can you imagine? I mean, swallowing those many pills. But this is his life. Like, he has said that I'm going to reverse age. I'm going to do this, and I'm at the frontier of this. And he's managed to reverse his age in 1 year by 5 years. So he's 45, but he has the age of a 40-year-old. He has the heart of a 38-year-old. He has the skin of an 18-year-old. And this is an ongoing thing for him. I want to ask you, I mean, this is insane. I think what he's doing is great, frankly. I mean, he's himself the guinea pig and he's trying to do it. And some trolls will say, oh, what if he gets hit by a bus tomorrow? Then what happens? Sure, there's that probability in everybody's life. But most of us cannot concentrate that much on our health. How do we get around this?
See, there are a lot of factors there, but one thing I like, if you say, when you think this, if you consider that following a healthy lifestyle is boring, then try disease, then try ICU. It's very
Oh my
boring
God.
there. You cannot use your now. Say one thing which is scary is you cannot use your mobile phones in ICU. So try to be healthy.
Oh my God. I don't have a comeback for that one.
Okay, then see, health is not something the vitamin pills or doctors can give you, and health is not something you're keeping your biomedical parameters in normal range. We call it as false wellness or comfort zone. Health, we define, is the ability to react and self manage. Do you have the
Hmm.
ability to come back when you're open to a challenge? When there is a change in environment, when you change in a relationship, when change in your job, are you able to adapt? Are you able to come back? That is health,
Hmm.
not the biochemical parameters. I had said, people said, no, I had diabetes. I said, what about now? I'm taking two medicines and it is normal. No, there is no normal with medicine.
But can you reverse diabetes? Because I
100%.
it's the biggest cause. I mean, it's like India is like the diabetes capital of the world. I also have like high sugar. Everyone in my family does. My 30-year-old cousin does. It's just a part of life. Oh, how
No,
do we?
it is part of
I mean,
disease. It is part of, see, I can put it very simple. Diabetes is such a easy disease to reverse, but such a tough disease if you have it. It literally affects from your toes to head, and it's just a simple metabolic disorders can be reversed. If you ask for everyone, no, it is each person's body is different. But if you ask, can be reversed, diabetes is reversible, and that question is really not required. There are hundred thousands evidence out there where people reverse diabetes even on insulin and get rid of it, and not even coming to clinic like us by simple self-adopted lifestyle practices, people achieved it. It is not happening to you, it is not happening to A, B, or C, because your priorities are different.
but post COVID, a lot of people have got diabetes. For some reason,
Yes,
it's
there are
triggered like an
many.
epidemic of diabetes and young people, and nobody's talking about it. But you're right, it's so damaging to your entire body.
But it is very simple to manage, but you have to put a effort. but I didn't answer a question you asked earlier. I think with that I can help you. What if you cannot come to a clinic like us? What should do? Again, I say it is your priority. If you have a what is your priority makes a difference. See, if that is your need, if you consider health as a priority, yes, people can. If we cannot take a 7 days or 10 days for a sabbatical like this, then why? What's the fun of the life? What's the purpose of life? That's a different. Let's park it aside. But if you cannot, we for everyone you come to us, we give a mantra not to chant but to practice. We call it as drummer.
Okay.
DREMMER.
And what does it
Hello?
mean? I'm here, doctor. I put you on solo screen.
Yes.
I'm here.
D stands for diet. How good is your diet? How many times you eat? Two things are very easy to take. Maybe you make sure that you eat fresh, live, wholesome, and rainbow diet. It can be achieved by eating 40 to 50 percentage of raw food in form of fruits and vegetables in your diet,
Hmm.
and eating 2 times a day or 3 times a day, up to don't more than that, and eat in a gap of between 8 hours or 10 hours.
Which is the intermittent fasting principle, also, right? When
Yes,
you do
that
40
same,
or
but we don't. That's 8 hours is that. But why for me more than intermittent fasting? Eat before 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock at evening. That makes a huge difference.
oh, really? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
because
But doctor,
night. Yeah. Yes, please.
if you don't sleep by midnight, or if you sleep by midnight, even
That
if
is
you
your
eat by
choice.
6, you have
That's
6
your
hours
choice.
of being empty stomach and feeling hungry, and then that midnight snacking happens
See,
where you make
all these are
you
our
make a
habits we
sandwich,
make your
you make
body. People
Maggie.
come here. People come here who eat at 2 o'clock at night. It takes 2 days for them
Correct.
to adjust. But here, people have their dinner at 6 o'clock and go and sleep happily at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Nothing happens. It's a
Do
habit
they
we
have a
make for body.
TV? Do they have a
Yes?
TV there? Do they
No,
have
no
TV and
TV.
internet? And
No TV.
internet?
Internet is there, no TV.
No TV, no TV, because it's tough. I tell you, it's tough to kind of stay hungry, eating by 6 or so. I eat by 7:30,
Shall I
so
repeat? ICU
yes,
is more tough. No TV there too. It's your choice.
yeah, yeah.
It's a
It
choice
is,
you have
it
to
is,
make.
it is a choice. And doctor, one hears a lot about these small things like drink warm water. It helps with digestion. Don't drink cold water. Now you're heading into summer, and I
No,
always remind myself, drink warm water. Don't drink
no.
fridge ka
I
pani.
don't buy such things.
No. Okay.
Uh, See, if I am a person who cannot drink cold water and I got benefit with the warm water, tomorrow I'm going to my instant Instagram reel and say drink only warm water. No, no universal principles. Nothing like fit for all. Just do a basic. Do something which you like. Cold water don't make any difference. If you are,
Hmm.
if you have an infection, you have low immunity sometimes. Otherwise, okay. Personally, I rarely drink warm water. Rarely.
Okay. Okay.
So it's all personal choices. There is don't like a fit for all things. People come with their personal opinions.
Hmm.
Then
Hmm.
R. I said about D. Then next comes R. Rest. I repeat, sleep. Three things. Sleep on regular timings. Even if then sleep for 8 hours. If you ask what not, you're buying disease. No other things in that. Minimum 7 hours. Anything less than 7 hours is considered as insufficient sleep. The chance of getting diabetes increase by around 10 to 12 percentage if you sleep less than 7 hours. So that's the option you have. Then, if you are an early sleeper or late sleeper, make sure that you are in a sleep mode between 11 o'clock and 4 o'clock. If you sleep by 11 and wake up at 7, okay. If you sleep by 11 and wake up by 4, that's also fine. But 11 to 4 is the time which body repairs, recovers,
Hmm.
regenerate. It's the option you have. Whether you have a disease or recover, that's your option. Then exercise. Make sure that you move. Exercise is not something you have to do go for a gym and do. Make sure that you do the minimum movements. If you're a person who sit and walk, take a gap after 90 minutes and go for 5 minutes walk. Stretch your body for
Hmm.
10 or 20 minutes every day. Once in a week, go for a cycling or a swimming or a sports. You can
Hmm.
give excuses, but that what body needs. There is no excuse for body what body needs. You have to give it or take it what body gives. Then take
And
up
how
your
are these?
mind.
And how these,
Yes.
like, smart watches and all that say 10,000 steps a day minimum?
Sometimes it helps. It is a motivation. People count and walk.
Hmm.
It's good.
Yes.
But it's in exercise principle, type is very important. If you do similar exercise every day, the benefit reduces. If you can
Right.
incorporate different kind of types of things, the benefit is multiplied.
And
Then
it doesn't mean that you have to hit the gym hard and pump iron and to run on the treadmill. I mean, it can
next
be
rule, it is important to have
moderate
constantly
exercise.
active, not intensively active.
Ah,
What body
that's good.
needs constantly active, not intensively active. Okay, you may have to be intensively active to make the muscles. That's different. I'm not speaking about muscles here. I'm speaking about health.
Hmm. Hmm. And doctor, there were within these post-COVID, especially these incidents where someone's lean, fit in the gym, suddenly heart attack, die. I mean,
Yes.
it's happening like young people, like especially men,
Yes.
30s, 40s, just collapsing in gyms who have otherwise had very fit lives, non-smokers, non-drinkers. Why is this happening? What's going on? What is the solution?
See why it is happening. There are multiple hypotheses which is not yet clear, so we cannot make a comment on it. But it is a reality that this happens. So
Hmm.
remember, just bend, don't break. People do that. To that, people are are affected by COVID. The lung function reduces, so they are try to overcome it, make it up by hitting hard. No, body is not something which you can do that. Slow and steady. It's a journey. Health is a journey where direction is important, not the speed.
Oh, lovely. That's so true. That is so true. And that is so inspiring. That is so inspiring. The next one, doctor.
Next time, the mind. I don't know how can I put it in a one word, but okay, let me try. All of us want to do good. If you want to do good, you have to feel good, and if you want to do good, you have to think good. You are what you think. Again, next point is important. So then again, we help people, as you said in the industry. I have a person who neuro linguistic program as an effective tool to change people's the way of they think. The way your nerves think can be changed. So you have to aware about what happens around you. Again, we say he made me angry. No, he cannot make you angry. You are getting angry because of him. So there is a difference. If you are a
Hmm.
reactive person, then you react to everyone around you. If you're an action-oriented person, you decide whether to get angry or to shout or remain calm. How to gain that ability. We train people for that. Then comes microbes. Next term is microbes. I already explained about it. As I said,
Yeah.
you are what you think. No, I change. You are what your bacteria think.
Hmm.
Bacteria plays a very important role in the way you think. So nurture your bacteria by eating more fibrous food. Then
Hmm.
environment. The most in among all these, the most important factor. Sunlight has such a big impact on you. It decides your
Yeah.
sex hormones. It decides how is your immunity works. It decides the amount of vitamin D. It decides the power of your eyes. So, and we never do that. And sunlight in different times are important. Then cold water is one of the such effective metabolic booster. If you expose yourself to 10 to 20 seconds for a cold water shower, the immunity get boosted up. So simple
Okay.
tips. Barefoot
Hmm.
walking is such an energizer. So take back what you can. Then
Hmm.
finally, the rhythm is not having the right thing. Remember, it's not if you're having the most healthiest food at night, 12 o'clock, it's not going to help you. Doing the right things at the right time. That's it.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's are the
Doctor,
seven.
one of our viewers are asking, what is your view on a carnivorous diet? I guess non-vegetarian diet.
See, I don't say people to become non-vegetarian. I may say people can be vegetarian.
What does that mean?
See, now being a vegan or being a vegetarian, people consider that is one of the healthy option. They are become healthy. No, you can eat all kind of crap by eating a being baby, still being a vegetarian. Vegetarian. There are a lot of
Correct.
unhealthy stuffs coming in the vegetarian diet. but eat vegetables. Can be cooked, can be boiled, can be steamed, can be as a curry. Along with that, you can have no. If you're a person who like non-vegetarian, you can have it. In ideally, if because of evolutionary and genetic reasons, you need only 10 to 20 percentage of non-veg, but we
Hmm.
eat more. We fry
Yeah.
it, and maybe next to RO, we consider as grill as best. Grill is the
Hmm.
worst. Grill make food as cancerogenic because you're exposing to high heat, which turned as brown.
You mean
Brown,
like those barbecues and everything?
yeah, yes, something like that. If food is turned as brown, it is cancerogenic. Maybe I may be a
Oh.
little bit exaggerating, but that's a fact. So
Hmm.
so the why how you eat, if you take a meat, you cooked it having with the 80% of vegetables, no harm. But having non-vegetarian 3 times in a day, don't take any fibrous food, yes,
You're
you're
heading
taking
for
a
trouble.
heading whatever.
Hmm. Doctor, you brought up cancer. That's the big C word that everybody gets very scared of. And there seem to be more and more diagnoses of all kinds. What is it in our lifestyle that we can change so that we reduce the possibility of a
Nothing,
chronic illness like that?
nothing, I have nothing more to add other than the 7 factors I said earlier. We don't
Okay.
we don't approach health a lifestyle for cancer, lifestyle for diabetes, no, it's just a lifestyle for health.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So body can take care or reduce the impact or fight back. Yes,
Hmm.
then the question most of the times whether a person who tried to become healthy is getting cancer. Yes, but then
Yeah.
you are evaluating the 90 people who out of there who prevent cancer by being healthy. We focus on
But
what
then
we
you
want.
also but then you also hear of these people who are smoking till 90 and they don't get any cancer.
Yes, that's what I said. That's what I said. But you forget the people who get the cancer of 40 and smoke. That comes 80 percentage. Who people smoke and live to 90 comes only 10 percentage.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that is we in mind in a mind healing thing we called as there are 3 things we work on mind: generalization, deletion, and distortion. We see one person up to 90 and say smoke, and we generalize. You don't have a problem. Then we delete the 100 who died out of it, and we destroy the fact.
Hmm.
How is our mind works?
It's yeah, it's very very tough. But doctor, NLP is something also that helps with these kind of addictions, right? If I'm correct,
Yes, yes, yes. We use
is
that
it
for
does
healing them.
does that has that have you seen a good success rate with NLP when it comes to these
See, we
things?
don't use it as a single therapy here. Here, everything comes together with your sleep, with your relaxation, with the massages you take, with the healthy food, with enough exposure to sun. See, as I said earlier, sun act as a major role for giving you depression. So if I treat you
Mm,
with NLP and you are saying indoor, what's the fun in that? What's the use of that? It's
yeah.
holistic. It's
Yeah.
holistic. Always it is holistic.
Yes. In fact, the sun is one thing that I'm really trying to do now because I spend a lot of my time indoors being a writer. So I'm trying to make an effort to go out in the morning for at least half an hour and make sure I get some sun. Although my doctor does put me on this vitamin D cycle every once in a while. But yeah,
Shall
natural
I
is
give
always
another
better.
another shocking information?
Yes, please.
You don't get vitamin D when you expose the morning sunlight.
Oh, then?
Body can make sunlight only if you expose to sunlight between in Indian climate, if you say between 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock, 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. Got it.
But that
Noted.
doesn't make that morning sunlight is bad. It have huge health benefits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, in our culture also, I mean that when you do the puja, the Surya puja in the morning, there
Yes,
is some
there's
logic to
huge
it.
impact. There's a huge impact
Yeah,
for vitamin D. Ultrasound, ultraviolet rays are important between 11 o'clock. But you cannot just go to sun and one day you get sunburn. But you have to gradually do it, slowly do it.
yeah, yeah. And doctor, what do you think about infrared light therapy? What is your take on that? I mean, I know it's
It helps. It helps. It have good impacts. But infrared light, it is a heat. Sometimes it damage your eyes. So do it professionally.
yes, yes.
Red
Oh, I
light
mean
have
now,
got a lot. Light
but
have
if you
got of red light got a lot of health benefits. If you're a person, suffering from insomnia, sleep issues, if you keep a red light in the room from the lower angle, 1 or 2 hours before sleep, it helps to get good sleep.
Really? From the lower angle, you mean? Because now on Amazon you can buy those infrared
Yes.
lights, and you can just they're like strobe lights. You can move them up and down. So you can just
Low
plug that in,
from
you
the
say for
floor. If the angle comes from a, remember of a setting sun,
okay. So it should be low down
low
in the
down
room.
and light coming up. There
Okay,
are
got it.
there is
You can
science
move
behind
it.
it. I'm not taking time to explain it, but
Hmm.
and don't sleep in red light. Be in a red light. You don't have to go for infrared light. Just from a lower angle. For a person suffering with sleep issues, that may help.
Yeah, I already have an infrared light, so I'm going to try that and see how it works. Dr. Dimple's asking, what is your opinion on the practice of mudras to improve health?
If I say straight, I don't know.
You
Because,
don't know.
yes, mudras are part of yogic practices and it is considered as higher practices more involved with spirituality. We here focus on the physical aspects of yoga, which I don't know how the mudras helps.
Hmm. Hmm. Got it. One more question here, interesting one actually, because this is something else that we read a lot about. Does naturopathy treat Alzheimer's, Parkinson-like disorders?
Okay, if
Sri
you go
Harsha.
for Alzheimer's is considered as type 3 diabetes. It's a
Hmm.
diabetes which affects your brain. If you look into the reason for diabetes, reason for Alzheimer's, for and even like reason for polycystic ovarian disease, all rooted to insulin resistance. It is the insulin resistance which leads to all the things. So as I said earlier, it is a disorder to be treated. So yes, Alzheimer's can be treated.
Hmm.
Parkinsonism is a neurotransmitter disorders, which with the dopamine, production of dopamine is related with gut. If you ask me, can you see Alzheimer's or Parkinsonism? Yes or no. But I can make your insulin resistant. We can make your insulin resistance reverse. We can help you to make your gut bacteria better, and we have got good result with all these cases. But one thing has to be remembered: it's all based on person's age, health, severity of disease, and everything. All condition can be treated, but not all the patients.
Yeah, yeah. And KP is asking an interesting question. What are the prolonged effects of no sun exposure, say 3 years? Wow.
A lot, and a lot.
Yeah.
There is no organ, there is no function in your body which is not impacted by an absence of sunlight.
Hmm.
Your eyesight reduces, your immunity drops, your skin dies, your what not everything.
Got it. Well, doctor, I had promised half an hour. We've gone on to nearly 45 minutes. So I think I should let you go now. And I really want to thank you, Dr. Cijith, for coming here and sharing these tips with us in a very freewheeling conversation. I would love to have you back again so we can discuss other aspects, maybe specificities of certain conditions, which are helpful to people and they can incorporate these things in their everyday lives. And I love what you said about good health, which is it is the direction and not the speed that is important. So Sri Harsha is saying that he's a freshly passed out MBBS doctor and he learned a lot. So he's thanking you.
Thank you very much. It was a lovely interaction, a good opportunities. Wishing you everyone a happy, healthy life. Thank you very
Thank you so
much.
much, Doctor. And thank you, everybody, for watching. Do share this video with family, friends, colleagues who you think can benefit from some of the tips that Doctor has given us today. I think they're really important. Dremor sticks in my mind. I'm going to try and practice that and would encourage everyone else also to take the step. I will bring more sessions on wellness because it's a journey that I'm on as well. And I would love to have more company on it. And really, with today's social media influencer world, every second person is an expert and giving tips on how to live a better life. But I promise you that I'm going to bring you the real experts, people who've studied, who know this field, who understand it well, and it's not a WhatsApp forward or something you see on an Instagram reel. So stay connected. If you enjoy this, please do like and share so that we bring you more such content. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you at 7 p.m. for the usual political debate. Thank you, and bye for now.